People often ask me about bind runes. A bind rune is when you combine several runes to create one unique magical symbol. There's not a lot of point in just copying someone else's bind rune. You either need to get somebody to create one for you or to create your own. So as an example here, I've looked through my rune cards and I've chosen 3 runes. I wanted to think of a bind rune that would help me to stay focused on building my business in a structured, calm way. I've chosen the Hagel rune for structure, I've chosen Fi for abundance, and I've chosen Tia for having a clear path or knowing what it is I want. And then once you've worked out what your runes are, then you start playing. So you can have a central axis. You could base your bind rune on a Hagel rune and have like a different rune on each of these. Or you could have a sort of a triad symbol where I could then have one of my runes on each one of there. I much prefer the aesthetics of having the single axis mundi, if you like. Tia just seems to sit nicely for me at the top. I could, of course, for the Fi rune, try it with a double kind of there. And then that seems to line very nicely into the Hagel. I think I need to relook at this bit here because clearly I've been trying to talk and look at my video and create the bind rune in the same moment. So maybe I'm better starting with the Hagel, and then I quite like the double Fi. Now what you're really trying not to do is to create extra secret runes. So you can see that if I'd kind of made these runes sit here, then I've created both the Marn rune with the diamond here, and then also the Rai rune with the sort of the spiky R there. So it's about taking the time to create a bind rune that you find aesthetically pleasing, but that doesn't secretly include other runes. Of course, the Is rune is always there, or the Hagel rune, but that is part of the process. And make it work for you. If you understand what it means and